And the moment you have been waiting for tonight on our big interview. As I said earlier, we're taking a break from politics because we have a hero, a Kenyan hero in the house. Her name is Angella Okutoyi, and officially after this weekend, she is a Wimbledon Grand Slam champion. And what a story she's had from her childhood, going through difficulties, but solidifying her talent on the global stage as Kenya's first, actually, Wimbledon title winner and an African sensation as well. And she's here with us in studio. Angella, thanks so much for making time for us. I know it's been a busy season. We're glad to have you here with us.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. You're officially now a Wimbledon champion. How does that feel?
It feels great. It really feels like I have more belief now that I can do it. And I believe with this win, it's gonna inspire more young kids now in Kenya and to give them the belief that they can also do it, because I didn't come from a good background and I've made it. And now most players now in Kenya, tennis, they're not like well off. So me being able to come out from that background and achieving it, I believe I'm a good example to them that nothing is impossible.
I was actually going to ask you about your background a bit later on, but you can delve into it right now. Tell us a bit about your journey.
So my journey in tennis, it wasn't easy. I grew up with my grandmother, and I have one sibling, my sister, but I lived with my aunt and uncle, but I call them brother and sister. Mm-hmm. And so my biological mom passed away while giving birth to me and my twin sister. So we were in an orphanage, and lucky enough, my grandmother came to take us from the orphanage because she was, I think, minutes late before we were adopted. So she really rushed to pick us, and I'm really grateful for her. And after that, well, it wasn't easy for her because she was taking care of all of us in one shoe, as a mom, as a dad, and it wasn't really easy. I remember there was a time our aunt, but her daughter, she was sick and she had to use the tube for oxygen. She had lungs problem, and then we were so young, so she had to leave me and my twin sister because our aunt and uncle had to go to school and we were still young, so we couldn't go to school. So we had to stay with the sick aunt, and we didn't know what to do. She just told us, just sit with her and make her comfortable, and because
take care of her.
Yeah, exactly, because our auntie, my mom was rushing to get the oxygen tube because it was running out. And I remember there were times where we didn't eat. The last meal we'd see was supper, and maybe that supper would be water. I mean, we've survived, and I thank God that I'm here now, and I'm really grateful to my grandmother and also my uncle for all the sacrifices.
And I've listened to a couple of your interviews. You constantly thank your grandmother. I now understand why. So in the midst of what you've just told us and how inspiring that is, where did tennis come in?
So tennis, where I live at Loreto Convent Valley Road, there are tennis courts. So Joe Karani talked to my mom, grandmother, like, because we were coming out from school, nursery, and then she was like, these kids can come and play here, just take them there. So that's how we got into tennis, me and my twin sister, at the age of 4. So I was introduced to it. Nothing inspired me to play tennis. You've
been doing this for 14 years, and Saturday happened. Tell me about the reaction to your victory. We saw what sort of celebration you did, but how many phone calls, how many media interviews have you done since then?
So after my win, I did like a lot of interviews back in the UK, press with the ITF, with some media, BBC, like a lot of interviews. And also I got some phone calls, messages from people back home to do some interviews also. Yeah. It's
an overwhelming period.
Yes.
As you boarded the plane to go to the UK, I don't know when you traveled for that, did you believe you had what it takes to get the title, or was it more of, let me see how I'll perform this time round?
Well, I had the belief because I did good in Australia, so that really gave me a lot of belief also in French Open. So I wanted to do good. I didn't just go there just to participate. I really wanted to win, and that was my goal ever since. I wanted to win. I wanted to be a Grand Slam champion, and I had that motivation and that belief and the drive to do it.
Okay, I want us to get a feel from you of what it felt like on Saturday. I want to see if our director can actually play the clip of the last few minutes before it was official on that victory. I don't know whether we have that ready. And then I want you to tell us, in your shoes at that moment, what was going on? What were you thinking? Could you sense? If we're ready with that, there we go. Okay, walk us through this right now.
So on that point, okay, before that point, we were 9-8 down, match point to our opponents, and I was the one serving. And then I had to do a second serve. I mean, second serve, it's really hard to put it in. So like, I had to do a second serve, and our opponent hit a return, and then my partner volleyed, and then our opponent hit out, so 9-all. So we had to change sides. And then I was serving still for 9-all. So I did a really good first serve, and then my opponent returned out. So that's 10-9 to us. And then that point you're seeing there, that's my partner returning and playing the point. So it was that rally, and then she hit forehand, and then our opponent hit to the net.
And wasn't able to get the ball of the net. And
my reaction there, actually, you can't really see it, but I was crying, and I was done because I couldn't believe it. And also my partner was crying also. Like, it was a really good moment for both of us. I mean, us not knowing each other and coming out with a title, it really meant a lot to both of us.
Where did you meet Rosemarie?
So we met on Instagram.
You met on Instagram?
Yeah.
How did that connection happen?
So first of all, I didn't have a partner, and I was searching for one. So I contacted a lot of guys, and they were like, I have a partner, I have a partner. So I didn't have anyone to ask. And then Rose contacted me. She was like, do you want to play doubles with me? She was still in qualies. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's play, because I had no other choice. Like, let's try our luck. And if you're in qualies, it's really hard to get into main draw in doubles. And then the next day she texts me, and she's like, Angie, I have a surprise for you. I'm in the main draw of the singles. So I was really happy, because that's already a chance to us to be in the main draw doubles. So we were really happy, and that's how I got to partner with Rose.
And look at what's come out of it.
Yeah.
So who are your heroes in the sport? Who motivate, who inspire you?
In the sport is Serena Williams. She inspires me.
Have you been anywhere in the vicinity of where she was playing recently?
No, I haven't. When I reached there, she had lost her match to a French girl, and I couldn't see her. Yeah.
And you couldn't meet her. But you've met a lot of people, especially this past weekend. And I know, I mean, just briefly capture that for us. What was it like now after the win? You might have arrived there with some not knowing you, but by the time you were done, a lot more people knew about you.
Yeah, so I got a chance to meet with Iga Swiatek, Noel Djokovic, and also Kyrgios and Tiafoe. I mean, after my loss in the singles, I got to meet Iga, and she wished me good luck. She didn't know I lost. But in my head, I was like, with this good luck, I'm going to put it as a positive thing to do good in the doubles, and look what we did. So I took that as a positive thing. Even her not knowing I had lost my singles, she still congratulated me. So that really meant a lot to me. So I kept positive, and I kept that positive into putting it into our doubles match.
My goodness. I have some feedback here which I'll be reading shortly. When did it become apparent to you that you had some talent in tennis? What was that aha moment?
Sorry?
When did it occur to you between age 4 and 18 that you had that talent in tennis? What was that aha moment where you began to sense that there's greatness in this for you?
Well, I didn't sense it, but I had it in me, but people sense it for me. Because, well, I can't remember when I was young what I was doing, but a lot of people were telling me when I was playing tournaments at the age, like, you know, there's under 8, 6, 12, like that. So my category, maybe I was supposed to play under 4. When I play under 6, I'm winning under 6. Like, I was winning categories where I wasn't supposed to play. So I think that's when most people, and I think for me, I also saw like I had the talent, and that's why I kept playing tennis, and I'm still playing tennis. And
you're still playing tennis. Let me read some feedback here. Gikaru Cairo says, when I see Okutoyi, I see Serena Williams. The future for tennis in Kenya is bright. June Claire Wanjiro Wainaina says, go, 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 girl. Lovely feedback there that you're getting. I did see another one here. Let me see if I can pull it out. I'll pull it out just a bit later on. Even as we celebrate you today, and the whole country celebrates you, and even here at Citizen TV, we celebrate you. You're on the path to stardom, but I want to talk about the realities of tennis here in Kenya. The state of our tennis courts, indoor sports, some say is deplorable, especially stakeholders. How has this affected talent development now that you have a chance to compare with what you've seen abroad?
Well, yeah, in Kenya we don't have much of facilities, and most clubs we have, it's members club. We don't have a public facility for most of us to like play. So it's a members club, and we all know members club, it's not easy to access, like you have to pay. But I'm lucky enough Nairobi club like allow me to play. but that's not enough. I want more players to be able to access it. So that's a challenge for tennis in Kenya, and also the surface. We don't have like good surface to play. Like the courts we have, they call it clay court, but it's not clay court. It's almost like maram, and it's almost like a hard court. So it doesn't have a lot of clay in it, and also we don't have like a lot of different surfaces. Like we have hard court, but it's not like a public place where we can access it. It's in a school, like mostly in Peponi or in someone's house. So it's
places that are not accessible to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a challenge. I think if we improve in that, maybe we can have more players coming in, and also maybe with that, like with a good facility, we can be able to host more bigger tournaments for many kids to have a chance to participate. Even for me also to be able to participate in Kenya rather than traveling to other countries. I mean, if we have more big tournaments in my country, it's better participating in my country. I feel the energy, and yeah.
So what next for you? What's the plan on the calendar?
Well, for this year, I'm trying to play both juniors and seniors. So I've finished playing the Wimbledon, so I'm thinking of playing a futures before playing US Open. And then after US Open, I think that will be end of my juniors career. So now I'll start to play more of the futures.
Okay, and of course, the question of sponsorship, the question of how you fund all these activities as well, and I guess your challenge to also corporates out there to come in and support more sports like this. What would you say to them?
I mean, I would say tennis in general, it's not really, like they're not funding it a lot as other sports here in Kenya. Tennis is not that known here in Kenya compared to other sports I see. So I'd really like more corporates and more people to come in and support tennis, because now you can see like we have talent in tennis. Like we just need the extra support, because we've been doing this by our own. But now we need just that extra support to allow more people, more players to come in, because we are lacking funding. And if corporates out there can come and support, it will be really good, and that's all we need. Okay.
They say that no man is an island, no woman is an island. Talk to me about the team that has helped you reach this far. I want to tell me a bit about your coach and anyone else who supported you.
Well, so the people who have supported me first is my federation, Tennis Kenya, and also the ITF and the GSPDP. Also the ministry, the government, and also my coach also, my family also, and I think other people outside, they've really supported me. And it's not easy, because sometimes we lack the funding, so sometimes I tend to miss some tournaments because there's not enough funding. But with all those people I've mentioned, they really try to work hard to make it possible, which I'm grateful for them.
Okay, what's your coach's name? I think that's very...
my coach's name is Francis Rogoi.
Okay. Yeah. What does your day program look like? I don't know if you're still in school or you're transitioning from one level of education to the other. How do you balance between education, training, and now what looks like a busy calendar moving forward?
So right now I'm about to finish school, but if I was in school, so in the morning I usually train from 7 to 10, and then I have school from 10:30 to 12:30. And then I have a between break. And then I start my afternoon training from 1:30 to 3:30. And then I have school from 5 to 7.
How many, 5 days a week?
Yes.
My goodness, when do you rest?
Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, you at least get some 2 days to rest.
Yeah.
Okay. How many other Angellas do you think are out there that we just haven't given them the opportunity to come out in the world of tennis?
I mean, there are many. Yeah, there are a lot of Angellas out there. Yes.
And you've played with some of them. You've seen if they got the same opportunity as you, we could make Kenya a tennis nation.
Yes, I've played with them, and I believe yes.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, if your dreams come true and you look like you're on the journey to that, where do you hope to be?
Well, for me, ever since I was young, was to see myself playing at the big stages, playing at the big Grand Slam with the senior players, and to win as many Grand Slam as possible, and to be the first Kenyan to do that, and to be world number one.
To be world number one?
Yes.
Meaning you need to beat those who are there right now?
Yes.
Would you want to play against Serena Williams sometime?
For sure. And I want to beat her.
And you want to beat her?
Yes.
Do you feel the pressure now that, I mean, winning Wimbledon is phenomenal, but now expectations are, what's your de-pressuring sort of pattern? What do you do when you're feeling stressed?
I mean, there's stress everywhere. Even when I'm playing, there's stress. Even when I'm eating, there's stress. Like, there's stress everywhere. So for me, I just, I don't know how I do it, but I do it. Like, I don't tend to think much about it. I just keep cool. And then I like listening to music sometimes. And I mean, I try to do things that make me happy to keep the pressure low. But I mean, there's pressure everywhere, so yeah.
And quite a bit in your sport as well. Yeah. Before I read some messages, tell me about your twin sister and also her interest in tennis.
So my twin sister...
First, tell us her name.
Okay. So my twin sister's name is Rosemarie She's a tennis player. And right now she's trying to play more tournaments to improve her ranking. And yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, thank you for letting us know about her. Leshan Kaelo says, she's an inspiration to many. Okutoyi has battled a lot to be a champion. I'm now a firm believer that the future holds the best for us if we choose to pursue that goal. Kachwanya says, really inspirational. Succeeding without good facilities is real indication of how talented she is. I hope the Kenyan government would take more steps in developing tennis in the country. Malak says, congratulations, Okutoyi. You're going places. You're the next Williams. We need the promised stadiums to nurture talents. The Duke of Baragoy, you say, what an eloquent and talented young lady you have in your studio this evening. Godspeed in her endeavors. Okil Jaber says, I'm super proud of this young talent. My son plays table tennis. I hope we can get to celebrate his talent sooner. Congratulations. And Peter Baba Zayden Markel says, a real inspiring figure. The woman doing it in Kenya, even she can make a good leader in the near future. I don't know why everyone has to become a leader, I think, but that's an interesting way to look at it. So when next can Kenyans watch you? Now we're going to be following you closely. Give us an idea of the dates. You mentioned some of the tournaments. When are they coming up?
So US Open is in September. Yeah, September.
September, so that's okay. And you mentioned another one as well.
Yeah, I might play some futures, which is the end of this month. Going forward to August, yeah.
So, okay, so end of this month, there's a possibility we could watch you in action, and then September as well.
Yes.
And do you have a routine before you get out on the court? What's the secret?
Routine?
Yes, something special you do. Sometimes footballers say they'll whisper a prayer, call someone, sing a song. What's your pattern before you get out, and what works for you?
Before I play my match?
Before you play.
So for tennis players, like we usually, before a match, like usually warm up. You do some warm up to activate your body, your heart rate to beat before you enter into the court. And I usually do that while listening to music, and I try to block distractions just to be focused and to try to visualize the match of how I'm going to play and all of that. And then I go on court and I
you
play.
Do it.
Yes.
I hope you listen to Kenyan music.
For sure.
You don't get intimidated when you look across at those who maybe have played for years longer than you in better facilities. How do you block that out?
Well, I don't see that, because with the facilities I've come from, I've been able to be where I am now. So no, I don't look at that.
The sky's the limit.
Yes.
My goodness. Inspiration. Let me read a few SMSs, then I'll get a last thought from you. Vivi Angie, Bright from Juja, you say Nadal is referred to as the king of clay. Okutoyi is a Luya name for clay. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Queen of clay. That's what you're being called. You don't know. Okay. I see you've come with someone and they're laughing. Maybe they can. I don't know if that's correct or not, but someone has said that. Titus says, very happy for you. Coach Jose greets you. I don't know if you know that. Willie from Kangwari, happy to see this future star. And Benjamin as well saying, proud of you and congratulations to you as well. What's your parting shot, your inspirational message? Tennis champions out there, future tennis champions, might watch this interview today, might watch it later on YouTube. What's that one word you can leave them with?
I mean, for me, I usually have a philosophy. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. Wow,
short and straight to the point.
Yes.
Okay. I think some here say you do a great job as a motivational speaker. I don't know if you've thought of that. Okay, a few more messages have come in. Philip Murutu, you say Okutoyi is a massive clay. So you've learned something new today.
Yes, I have.
So you are the queen of clay. Somebody here says, Angela will win senior Grand Slams. I love playing tennis, but from teenage, I couldn't afford the facilities. Josephat Kioko. And Ruth Mweni, a friend of mine, says, congratulations to Okutoyi. Tell her she's a star. We as the women are so proud of her. That's where we're going to conclude this. I'm told you've had a very busy calendar since Saturday.
Yes.
Everything changed out there.
Yeah.
Have you had any sleep?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
We're going to release you now to go and get some sleep. Angella Okutoyi, it's been a pleasure hosting you. We wish you all the best moving forward. What can you promise Kenyans with their support that you can achieve? I'm putting you under pressure here.
Sorry?
What can you promise Kenyans in your future tournaments with their support, of course? That you're hoping to achieve?
Yeah, I hope to achieve making more history and to also inspire other young kids out there, and to also try to put tennis world to recognize more players from my country, Kenya, and to come back with more goals.
Phenomenal. Wonderful. Angela, we wish you all the best once again. To you, your family, your grandmother, your sister as well, even as they continue to support you to achieve your dreams. For the first time since she became a Wimbledon champion, live here on Newsnight on Citizen TV, Angella Okutoyi, Wimbledon Grand Slam champion. And what a story she has. And we really wish her all the best. She's given you her calendar. Let's continue to follow her career and really support her and others out there in the sports world. And that's why today we took a break. We're in the political season, 27 days or so to the polls, but we said, let's put that aside for tonight. Let's focus on something else. Let's encourage sporting champions out there, and who better to come and talk about her journey but for Angela. And that's where we're going to leave it for this evening. Now, on behalf of the whole team that's made this broadcast possible this evening, thank you so much for tuning in. My sign language interpreter this evening has been Wilson Mushora. But for now, let's wrap it up. Have a good night. God bless. We'll see you soon. My name is Wahiga Mwaura. Goodbye for now.